Hello. I apologise about the low network warning at the moment. I'm just taking a walk. I thought I'd take you along on the journey. Hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in. MB Bushcraft, touch every bridge. Could be Jim. Appreciate you all tuning in today. I know it's a little bit of a harder time because it's middle of the day. But yeah, I'm just taking a little walk through suburbia right now to then get to the little spot off in the woods. I'm going to be filming a video today. So excited to take you guys along. Working. So yeah, a few technical glitches right now. But I think that should be a lot better now. I think that should be loads better. So let's switch over to IRL. Just double check. I'm going to be getting some odd looks because I'm out in public with my camera on, which is quite funny. But yeah, it's a lovely day today. Absolutely fantastic. It's fairly mild. But for summer, it's a bit disappointing.
Looks breezy over this way.
Yeah, it's dead still where I am at the moment.
Regular this.
Let's see. Getting a bit regular this. Hello Paul, how are you mate? Yeah, I'm utilising some time off. And I thought, I've got to film a video for my YouTube channel, one that I wanted to do for ages. And what a better way to do it than also come on live as well. Make two opportunities with one. You guys get to see a little bit of behind the scenes. I am glad. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some fire lighting today and just showcasing the kind of simplicity that kind of gets forgotten by a lot of bushcrafters. Now there's a time and a place for doing insane amounts of prep and arty feather sticks and stuff like that, but we often overlook the simple methods of doing things just for, you know, for the Instagram or for the picture. So yeah, I want to do a little video today, a bit of an episode about...
Are you heading over to Puke Hill? You may have another name for it.
I'm heading that direction. Absolutely, yeah. I'm just walking up the road towards that area at the moment and yeah, going to tuck into the woods. And I just want to film an episode about keeping it simple today.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, really want to try and get a little bit more simplicity back into not only my kit, but into the practices of bushcraft. So being able to share that with you guys would be awesome. And also, I'm going to film a few shorts out of it on fire lighting tips. Just try and get a few bits of content out today. So get a little bit of IRL streaming on the go. I apologise about the signal. It's absolutely useless here. I need to try and get a sponsorship from EE or something. so I can have unlimited SIM cards. So if any of you guys are in the world of mobile networks or know anyone who is, give them a shout for me. It's definitely a bit heartbreaking sometimes seeing the signal deteriorate so badly, and I know that corresponds over to the viewing experience, so I can only apologise for that. I am doing my absolute utmost to try and keep this stable for you. Loads of cleavers and nettles out at the moment. Loads of wild foragers. Although now they've got the seeds on, they're no good for making like a tea out of. They're really past their eating at that point, but then you can collect the seeds at a later date and dry them out and winnow them. A little house down there. Yeah, how have you guys been? You been busy? Or have you been busy working? There's a few donkeys through there as well, you see. It's nice. Oh, dope. There's an adder. Big old grass snake. Do you see it? Adder.
Just working away.
That's awesome. That was a big old bastard. It was huge, it was like that long. If you can clip that, that would be awesome. I don't know if I'm going to catch that, or if the signal went a little bit glitchy. I should really snap that with my phone, but I was too focused on trying to catch it on stream. Hopefully you managed to actually see that. And yeah, if you click the little clipboard button up in the top right corner of your Twitch screen, you should be able to clip that. I will also set a stream marker there. I literally turned around, I heard the bark moving, and it was a big, long adder, I believe. Really long. Very elusive as well, so he was like kind of slithering through. Touch, no touch, Liam. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't touch it. That's nice to see though, it's really good to see wild adders like that. It's a shame I didn't have my camera to hand. Oh good mate, tried my biofuel in Trangier inserted into one of my 1 Tigris wood stove. Worked a treat. That's amazing. Paul Rawlins, get a Smarty SIM, £18 a month, unlimited data, calls and text. Yes, yeah, good option. Smarty are really good actually. I have currently 4 mobile SIM plans, so I just think stretching to another one's a little bit overkill. But then when the quality is like this, it's pretty good. I can see the bit rate at the moment, and it looks a lot more viewable for you guys, which is nice. Loads and loads of plants. Anthriscus sylvestris, the orcal parsley, also known as wild chervil. It's not really an edible, only because it's closely related to the hemlock family. Clipped, thank you so much. Could be Jim, I really appreciate that. So yeah, if any of you guys watching over on Twitch ever see a moment that you want to keep for your record, just hit that clip button up in the top right hand corner and you can save that clip as a little memory, and it also saves it for me so I can share it, so it does help out the channel. And again, to you guys over on YouTube, if you're ever thinking of popping over to Twitch. It is free to join. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can use that to subscribe for free. It's included in the Amazon Prime deal. It's like a little hidden perk, and that way you get ad-free viewing. So that option's always there. I'll probably be doing another giveaway in the next week over on Twitch. I will be doing some YouTube giveaways as well, but they'll be independent on my videos. Yeah, loads and loads of nettles, and this cow parsley. Not much hogweed though at the moment. Can't believe how busy that road is at the moment. Yeah, it's astronomical. What are all these people doing? Where are they all going, eh? It's a lovely call. Any ornithologists in the room? Some wood pigeons over there making a racket for sure. It's nice to actually go for a little walk and an adventure, really, to be honest. It's been a little while since I've actually done this. I get so used to using my truck, and I thought, well, why not bring you guys along for the walk? I'll go a bit of a different route into the woods. Takes me to a different spot where you guys haven't been. And it's just nice to get out and stretch your legs. I'm a little bit thirsty, but I'm about 3/4 of the way to the end of this road section. So I'll probably hold off until then to have a little drink, grab the bottle out of the bag. I've got the Clean Canteen 1.1 litre with me, so it's about 1.1 kilos extra of water. But it is fantastic. I'm going to be upgrading to a copper bottle soon. To reduce my weight in my pack a little bit as well. We'll Twitch a look when I get home. Thank you so much. Touch every bridge. A torch every bridge. I know you told me, man. I'm so sorry. Torch every bridge. I love it. Burn every bridge. Every single one. Loads of cleavers around. Cleavers, often known as a sticky weed. That is an edible. It's just not very tasty. It tastes of literally nothing. So if I was going to have that, I'd probably have it as an introduction into like a stock. There's vetch as well. Vetch is a really common plant. There's my doorbell at home going for a delivery, but someone will get that. My dog comes out covered in them fuckers. I love that. Could be Jim. So Paul, the biofuel, what was that exactly? Is that like a bottle of biofuel you can get? I guess that was from Rough Timber, was it? Rough Timber makes some fantastic bits of kit. And I was looking at his little Trangia green bottles. They look fantastic. So I do need to get myself one of those for little trips, boiling up the water like you say, although I'm not a tea drinker, so it's kind of always one of those, is it just a waste of space in my kit?
I did want burn, but someone beat me to it.
You did want burn, but oh no, that's a nightmare, man. It's good though, torch every bridge. I still agree with the meaning, man. Loads of wildflower out at the moment. Although it's not been very sunny, so I think everything's just lacking that little oomph, that usual burst that they get around this time of year. They're probably benefiting from it not being so hot, which is good.
Burn's really clean, mate. Got one of Tim's bottles on the way, but got the fuel off Amazon.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'll have to definitely check it out. I've always used methylated spirits, but like you say, it's not really very bio or very green. Back on a bushcraft. Hello, bro. Hello, sir. Hope you're doing well, man. Just having a little walk into the woods.
Lunch break.
Some hogweed there. There's been loads of giant hogweed at the moment. But actually the seed of this, which is not ready at the moment, I wouldn't suggest harvesting it at the moment, that's the flower. But the seeds, when they dry, they make a really good alternative to cardamom. Just jumped on in my lunch break. Oh, you absolute legend. I really do appreciate that, Tom. Back on the Bushcraft guys,
Hey,
you all know him.
Hope you're good,
He's over on Twitch at the moment on his lunch break, so I massively appreciate that. It's kind of you to drop in, and hopefully it can bring you a little bit of peace and quiet out in the woods. There's actually, look at that, a foxglove, which is the digitalis. There's a few white ones, which is really nice. The white foxglove next to the more common kind of red pink foxglove. There's also some further ones over here which look like they're an in between, so I wonder if these are a variety that have been planted or seeded from a different place. Really gorgeous coloration on those. Really, really lovely. And yeah, one of the more poisonous plants, the digitalis, and again, similar to the belladonna, where women used to rub that under their eyes to dilate their pupils ever so slightly to make them look a bit more attractive. There's another nice cool plant behind here, which is dead nettle. So it looks quite akin to stinging nettle. Here's the stinging nettle with its seeds. So it's gone to seed now. It's not really good for eating at this point because of some chemicals that it contains at this point. But the seeds are a great food. And then next to it, you've got this, which looks like the nettle, but it won't sting you. That's a dead nettle. It's got a square box section. And yes, I think it is hedge roundwort. It's a type of dead nettle. It's got the same box section as ground ivy, so very square. So yeah, there's loads of dead nettles, loads of varieties, and they are fantastic plants. Loads of them have uses. I'll definitely take a picture of this one to take a little identification. But as you can see, it's got very, very purple kind of stems on it, on the edges. And if I snap this, you'll see the cross section is square. So very distinctive. And in fact, it does have a tiny white sap, which suggests that it has a slight latexing in there. And there's actually about 10% of our native species here in the UK produce a latex. It's often a white milky sap, contains latexes. So although we can't really harvest it the way they do, it's nice to know where that comes from, and that aids as the healing kind of element to the plant, helps glue back together foliage that's been broken or disturbed. So I'm going to take a little quiet stalk through this bit of woodland, surrounded by gorse, all this grass. Like I said, there's digitalis, but you can see quite distinctly that there's a game trail here. So I'm just going to set up my camera on my tripod and get some footage, because I am here to film a little video, give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. So yeah, let's have a little bit of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. I hope you're well. It's probably not the most glamorous angle, but yeah, I really do appreciate it. I'm just going to get the tripod and camera out of my backpack and we'll go in and get some B-roll footage. So, there's my camera, if any of you guys are interested. my Sony camera and my tripod. We'll click that on. So you guys are going to get full behind the scenes today of what it's like when I'm out filming a video. And my episode is going to get full behind the scenes of what it's like when I'm streaming. So it's kind of double win situation. I'm going to put you guys' chat just in my pocket. And I'm just going to get a nice shot of this game trail. So as I was saying, the game trail here is quite distinctly marked by the dead grasses from where it's been trodden down. And although there's new growth going through, because deers and game are quite habitual, they'll follow the same kind of paths, just like we do, kind of social animals. So they leave these little trails, which I always enjoy following into the woods, because you never know what you're going to come across. So let's take the lens cap off there. Let's get my camera all set up. I'm going to walk through. Just get a nice little shot of walking through. So you can see this game trail that I'm following. It's right on the edge of this kind of copse to my left. And it definitely looks like there's disturbance here where something's been laid down actually straight away. And in fact, there might be a bit something else, a web spider, funnel web spider. But there's loads of little spiders here, all ready to nest. They've got their sacks on their back. There's definitely some evidence of disturbance. And again, through there, through the grass, you can see that kind of cut out through there. So somewhere to follow. I'm just going to go get the camera. And there she blows. So now you can see me and you can see you. Get a little shot of that. Now I'm going to do a little introduction now on camera. So hey guys, Liam here from Primal Nomad, hope you're doing well. Today I've actually got the live streaming rig on my shoulder, so there's some people watching right now as I'm filming this for you guys. I'm here in the woods to film not only how to keep things simple when firelighting. Often we overcomplicate things as bushcrafters, so it's nice to bring a little bit it's nice to bring a little bit of a reminder back to you guys on how to just do it simply. Sometimes you might actually need to do a fire in a rush, so you won't have time to prepare all of your tinder and kindling as you would if you were just going to a camp. So I've come up with a little idea that I want to share with you. It's called the 1 meter fire. Keep watching and I'll show you exactly what it is. But I'm following a game trail right now. We're going to see what we can find at the end and just pick a nice little spot. I've got an awesome knife from Field and Steel to show you guys. That's the Rooster. It's a new EDC for the UK. And yeah, really excited. I think that was okay. You got to just go with the flow sometimes. So,
What lens are you using?
what lens am I using? Just the kit lens for the Sony at the moment. Although I would like to get the 24mm, is it? Or maybe the 1.4 Sigma. But the 1.4 27mm looks really nice as well. On a crop sensor like this, it's a little bit more zoomed in.
Wide lenses.
I love this kind of woodland.
Samyang 12mm.
Samyang 12mm, yes buddy. So this is really good here, the quality, I believe. How is it for you guys? I hope the stream is behaving.
Great.
Fantastic. That's really good news. So I'm just going to get a little bit of B-roll as well. It's nice to get some B-roll for this. A little bit of slow motion. So I have two modes on my camera. My slow motion mode, which films 1080p for 120 frames a second, and then my 4K mode, which films obviously 4K 30 frames a second. So it gives me some flexibility. But obviously the one downside is the quality is a little bit less in slow-mo. But I'm not too worried about that. It's just nice to get a few shots
between them quite easily.
and a few shots of the kind of surrounding area, give you guys a little bit of ambience when I'm coming into the shot. So I think I'm going to get a nice little shot of me walking down through the avenue, but get the camera slightly focused on this moss here. And then I'm going to walk off into the distance beyond that there. So if I show you guys what that would look like on camera. So I'm going to try and walk with my feet behind there. This will be slow-mo, so I'll walk quite quickly. And then in a slow-mo that will look quite nice. There's a pheasant definitely called around. I'm making quite a bit of a racket as I come in at the moment. So let's have a little look how that looked. So that's me probably just clicking it on and now rushing over to start walking. It's definitely quite slow. This is where I completely missed the shot. No, there I am. It's a nice little bit of slow-mo, but I might replicate that shot in full time.
After another woodland wonder.
Real speed. Yeah, let's do that in real speed, just because I like that shot. There's a lot of walking backwards and forwards when you're doing this kind of stuff. But this seems like a really good spot actually. Fantastic. I like the simplicity of not having to traverse too far. This is funny, filming and live streaming at the same time. I hope you guys are enjoying seeing a little bit behind the scenes of what's going on. Afternoon off for another woodland wonder. I am indeed Fruity Cakes. I'm actually filming an episode at the moment on my camera and taking you guys along for the live stream adventure of it as well. So hopefully it's a bit of an experience for all of you guys.
Myself, there must be a heck of a lot of editing to be done. Loving it, bro.
Oh, there absolutely is, yes. There's loads. I'm just going to quickly put up a story actually to say that we're live. So make sure you give the camera a little wave. Why is it doing that? I think I had some weird filter on. Multicam verse. That's so funny. Filming. That's ridiculous. Filming and live streaming. I'm nuts. Let's put the
waving frantically.
I was going to say, make sure you give it a wave. Right. Let's get a little bit of footage of some of this deadfall, because that's one of the biggest things that I'm looking for at the moment, is a spot with a good quantity of deadfall. Just going to get a nice arty shot of some of this. And the hornbeam. I love hornbeam. One of my favourite trees. So distinct. It's very much like a over-sharpened beech leaf. It's very similar to a beech leaf. Beech has more furry kind of edges. Hello, little spider. Little fella, you're live on camera. So yeah, the hornbeam, very distinctive ridges. And yeah, the bark also very unique striations and kind of patternings through the bark. Lovely little spot through here.
Can you switch between your video modes quite easily?
I can indeed, yeah. I can switch it just with the flick of a button, thankfully. So there's an old path here. I can tell it's old. Nothing apart from game has been used in that for a long time. There's another footpath right next to it, that'd be why. That's nice, look at that avenue down here. There's another.
Afternoon, dude. Hope you're well.
Afternoon. Hello. I wonder who that is. Let's have a little look.
Jolly splendid old chap.
Dexter Hater. Afternoon, dude. Hope you're well. State Detective. Jolly splendid old chap. How are we doing, Stakey D? Really hope you're well, my man. Out here in the woods doing some live streaming. So, yeah, hope you enjoy. It's, yeah, really good quality as well, so I'm really happy. I need to do that on your Sony. Yes, 100%. You can set it to be this button here. So S and Q you can have as your own scene choice. So then set your slow-mo scene on S and Q, and then you can toggle between photo, video and slow-mo. Transmitting, good job, old chap. State Detective has been over at the D-Day festivities. So yeah, it's good to have him back on home turf, I say. So it looks like quite thick woodland and brush through there. I'm gonna go through this way, have a little follow of this path. So in a second, guys, all of you on chat, I'm going to ask you to all be like, hello, 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 we're live, and just say like, say something basically in chat. Not yet, but in a few seconds when you see my camera come up, and basically I'm going to try and record something and be like, so when I'm live streaming, people can be interactive, definitely come over and join. So it'd be awesome to have you guys all chatting in the background, firing something off. Anytime you say something in chat, it plays through my phone speaker. So we'll give that a little go. And yeah, as soon as you see me starting to record, fire away. There we are. 1 second. Turn the aperture down a little bit. So of course, as I'm live streaming, people can be really interactive with me. I've got chat in my hand, and as I'm walking through the woods right now, people can have a little chat with me. There we are, we've got some messages coming through. People can be nice and interactive and yeah, ask me questions. There we are, someone from Australia. Hope you're well. Blade Wolf 63. Hey, why you gotta kick my dog and call him? It's so good. to be able to interact with the viewers and you guys. So yeah, definitely come over and join on the live stream, both on Twitch and YouTube. I'm out here in the woods looking for a really nice spot, and I think I've just found it.
Sorry.
That spot behind there.
Mate. Lovely woodland you're in. The place to be.
100%. There we are, guys. Lovely woodland I'm in. It is Camping with Dexter. It's really lovely. It's a hardwood woodland, and yeah, there's loads of hornbeam behind me right here and oak, so it's a really good fire source. There's loads of deadfall, which means fire collection is going to be fairly easy, like materials for fire lighting. So yeah, I think this is going to do for what I wanted to display. There's a really nice spot over there with a log as well. Really nice little glen, so I think I'll take a little walk into there. There's some rubbish over there as well, which I'll pick up. In fact, I'm going to move that now. Rubbish everywhere. I'm going to stand that up next to this huge oak tree and take that out when I leave. I think literally just here is like perfect spot. Just somewhere in here.
Just sorting Jerry out, you see.
Just sorting Jerry out, you see. Absolutely, Stakey D. Always got to sort Jerry out. So quickly just going to film on camera. And 1 second. So I found this really nice spot now here amongst the kind of hornbeams, the oaks. There's a few beech around, and yeah, there's loads and loads of deadfall everywhere. Just within arm's reach, there's sticks everywhere, all over the floor, and they're often overlooked. Especially in England, it can be quite damp, so people often overlook the ground. But once we've had a few days or at least weeks of dry weather, you can guarantee this stuff's good to use. So when it is dry out, don't look too far away, don't spend too long looking for firewood when it can actually, a lot of the time, be right under your feet. You do have to be selective, so just the old touch test, give it a feel. If it's cold and clammy and feels damp, it more than likely is. Really good show, great to be with you behind enemy lines, fantastic. I was State Detective, just having a little voice comm there. So yeah, I'm gonna start a fire today very simply and show you guys what I like to call the meter fire. I'm gonna pick my spot in this woodland where I can stay firmly rooted to the ground and collect everything within a meter to start a fire. That doesn't always include tinder. Tinder you can collect when you walk in. Normally if you see birch trees, you can peel those off. I've got loads of stuff in my tinder pack from when I've done exactly that. So I won't collect that, although within arm's reach there is plenty of stuff that you could potentially use as tinder, especially this dry leaf material. It would just take a little bit of extra work. But there's also birch twigs around. There's a few bits of bark, so there's another opportunity there where you could buff some of that up and use a ferro rod to get that going as well. But we'll get going. I'm only going to do a small fire in a little fireball today and then cook up a steak. And like I said, I've also got a knife to show you the rooster by Field and Steel, so really excited to get that on camera. And yeah, let's have a little look what we can get within arm's reach.
Hey Ellie.
Roman Prepper, good to see you.
Hey,
salute
Hope
to everyone.
Well.
Ellie Corbett in chat as well. Icebreaker, hello, hope you're doing well. Could be Jim. Hello Ellie. Hope everyone's well. We're well indeed. We're cracking on. I'm just about to film a little episode, so I just did some bits of the intro. It's a little bit different doing it while I'm on stream, but I'm enjoying it. I thoroughly am enjoying it. Let me...
Did you mute us while you're recording to camera?
Do I mute us while I'm recording to camera? I usually do, and I forgot that time, but it's fine because I just finished speaking as you guys were sending all of those. So how was the walk in? The walk was perfect, really, really enjoyable.
And we can probably mess your takes, haha.
Yes, you can definitely mess the takes. I'm actually, in fact, working on, let me get the camera now, before I start filming any more of this, I think let's take a little opportunity to have a stream break and just chill with you guys for a bit. So I'm going to swap over cameras on the tripod.
See y'all so soon, XX.
1 second. Let's plonk you guys on the tripod now. Let's have a little chill.
Tom X.
Gotta go, everyone. See you all soon. See you all so soon, 100%. And yeah, definitely hit me up later if you're free to have a little chat, or if not, whenever, buddy. I know it's been so busy for both of us, and we've got to get that Woadsman episode recorded. But for anyone who does like the Woadsman podcast, definitely go check it out on Spotify and all of that. Me and Tom will have an episode all about the Bushcraft show coming out very, very soon. It's just been a case of really busyness to try and get it all sorted. So we've both been extremely busy. I was unwell, and it's just had delays on delays, but we will get there. So let me first of all show you guys a bit of stuff that I've got with me. It's very similar to what I took out last time out on the stream. Fruity Cakes has redeemed take 5. Oh, hey, I need to make a sound alert for that, or was there a sound alert, I wonder? If there's no sound alert for that, I will have to make one. Can you remind me what take 5 does? Does that force me to take a 5-minute break? Does it just give me... Because I've got a few redeems that I've put on, and I can't remember what most of them do. So anyone who can give me a hand, that would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, today I've got the Rooster to review as well, which is a really nice folder. I'm not going to do a full hardcore review on it, but I'm going to show it off doing some cutting and bits like that, so you guys will get to see that. It's a really nice option for a UK legal folder, and yeah, just really, really nice. So I'll be reviewing that on camera, and again, I've got my little Yuko grill with me, so let's get that all out now. I'll get that on camera. Let's just get you guys on camera as well. So I've got a first aid kit with me. It's always useful and sensible to carry one of these, especially when you're working with knives or fire. So I've just got a small one of those. I've got my clean canteen today, which is 1.1 litres, so about 1.1 kilos plus the weight of the bottle when it's packed in. So it is a little bit of extra weight, but definitely one to have when you're having a fire as well. And also, you always get thirsty, don't you? So in terms of simple kit, it's an essential one. I have this little tiny lightweight fireball from UCO, which allows me to have a fire basically anywhere and keep the ground protected. And then further in the bag for underneath, I have a soldering mat, which is perfect for protecting the ground under the UCO fireball. Put my phone there. I also have a not a folding grill, I also have a flat grill, which is just useful for then suspending over the fireball and cooking on. I've got some steak today to cook, nice and simple, and some smoked salt and pepper.
How many smiled for the camera?
How many smiled for the camera? I hope a lot of you. I hope most of you smiled for the camera. We can't be having miserable bushcrafters on camera, can we now? And now let me show the camera how I'm live streaming. So a lot of you have asked, how do I live stream, and then so a lot of you guys have asked, how do I live stream and how do I broadcast it back to YouTube and Twitch? So I'll show you just inside the backpack very briefly. I wouldn't want to walk through London like this. Well, I'm sure you'd be fine, but it'd be funny getting stopped. So as you can see, I've got a box in my bag here, which I've custom made, which is full of power packs, a Raspberry Pi kind of computer, with actually an Orange Pi Plus, a load of fans and my mobile routers. So you can see all of those flashing away in there, and that's connected to my camera, which either goes onto my shoulder or onto this tripod and broadcasts back. So right now there's a few people sat behind the screen, the other end of this camera, watching me filming you, filming me.
Hi YouTube.
Oh, I should have left that in. Go on, you can say hi YouTube again. So yeah, that's how it broadcasts back to Twitch and YouTube. I've got a wireless microphone on there, and in the future, if any of you guys do want to see a build, down in the comments below.
YouTube.
There we are. Could be Jim. Hi YouTube. So yeah, as I've said guys before, this UCO fireball is fantastic. It really is. So versatile, and it just allows me to have a fire basically wherever I am. So yeah, gonna get that set up just off here on the corner, and then I'm gonna put the live streaming rig just off in the corner, and then you guys are just going to see from a distance me filming this little bit of the episode. Obviously you guys are going to be connected to my microphone, so you'll be able to hear it all. It'll just be from a little bit of a distance. We're just taking an ad break on Twitch right now, so that's a perfect time for me to get all of this set up. I'm sorry about the adverts on YouTube as well. They just come as and when. I'm not really in full control of those, so I do apologise, but if you do want ad-free viewing, come over to Twitch, and if you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to Twitch for free with your Amazon Prime as a perk and get ad-free viewing. If not, it's still free to watch on Twitch. There's just adverts like there is on YouTube as well. But Twitch does have some awesome little things that you can do, like channel redeems, point systems, emotes and stuff like that, so it's a little bit more fun to actually watch over on Twitch. So if you do want to come along, by all means pop over to twitch.com/Primal Nomad Bushcraft. I'll just have a quick drink. And I'm going to be filming a few things here, so I'll film this episode, and then afterwards I'm just going to do a quick short on the breakdown of sizes of fire building material. So basically going from kindling, well really from tinder, but I'm not going to include tinder, so it would be kindling up the thicknesses of what you're looking for when you collect. I just want to do a quick 30-40 second reel for Instagram and YouTube, just to help people when they're out and want to get a fire going if they're not too confident on getting one going. A lot of it's just in the prep, isn't it? So Right, let me quickly get this all set up. I'll put this through the top handle of my backpack. You hear the trains going mad. And we'll put the live streaming rig on my backpack, use my backpack as a tripod.
You will have to remind me how to do the prime thing, Liam. I can't remember.
Mama PN, no worries at all. You just click the subscribe purple button, and then there should be a little toggle box or button you press to use your Amazon Prime subscription. So it's the same way as normal subscriptions. Sorry about the camera going mental right now. So there we are. I hope that's a good view for you guys. A little plonk over that there. Right, so got my fire lighting kit off my backpack now. So let's get all of this cracking on. There's a lot to making a YouTube video, I kid you not. Where's that gone now? Oh, it's back in my bag, cool. I'll just turn chat down, 1 second guys. So as always, you want to clear a spot on the ground. And I tried to keep that fairly localized to one side so it's easy to cover back up. And by doing that, you're raking up other branches and already creating a semi-pile of material that you can grab your tinder from, or your kindling. So by scraping the ground off to the side, you're obviously exposing the earth, always close to, which minimizes fire risk, and you're also creating a pile to the side which has all these sticks and bits of material in that you can quickly sift through and find quite a few pieces ready to go and help aid your fire lighting. A lot of this is hardwood, so really good quality material and ready to go, ready to burn. Like I said, you just want to make sure that when you're touching it, if you snap it and it sounds like a fire crackling, you're probably right, that's ready to burn. So as I said, I'm going to stay firmly rooted to the ground here and just do what I call a 1 meter fire and collect all my materials from around me. Obviously I have to move for the camera. So I'm within this area, and obviously as you can see there's hundreds of sticks all the way around me. There's bits here. I really don't have to go far to collect anything. I've got good finger thickness stuff. I've got small matchstick thin thickness stuff connected onto that as well. And already I'm starting to build a nice pile and a nice visualization of what this fire is going to be like. Some really, really thin sticks can stay on my left, and I'll move up the thickness towards the right here, and then I'll bring the camera over and show you just what we've managed to collect from within this area. Sometimes you just need to get a fire going quickly in the area that you're in. Let's say if you'd injured yourself, it's a good little thing to practice, trying to use what you have to hand to get something going without the need for going off and traipsing through and splitting loads of logs and timber and bits to burn. I often do foraged fires where everything's gathered from deadfall. I rarely ever carry a saw for firewood anymore. So now I'm going to start having a look behind me. And I can start sifting through thicknesses again, like I said. That's damp. Didn't snap very well. So under here we've got loads of oak branches, which are going to be slow burners, but add a nice coal base to the fire, which is perfect. Right. So let's move that to there. Let me just get my little fireproof mat out of the bag. How do you think that sounded, guys? Do I tend to just use manual focus? Manual and automatic, to be honest. Autofocus is really good on the Sony EV10, ZV10, I can't, EVZ10, can never remember. Can you guys see me all okay, by the way, over there? It hasn't frozen. It's just my thing isn't updating. No, it's not frozen, that's cool. Went well, perfect. That is great. So I'm just going to mute chat quickly. I'll be back in a few seconds, but you guys will be able to hear me. I'm just going to explain to the camera what I've got here, which is a pile of kindling here, and my bigger bits, and a few bigger chunks. There's plenty more around me. Like I said, I could go for hours and hours and hours collecting sticks just in the kind of imminent space. So honestly, there's loads. I'm spoilt for choice, and sometimes you just kind of look past them as well. So I'm going to get that cracking on. I just want to display about starting a fire. It's not, you know, I'm not saying you can keep a fire going from a meter, but it's all about just if I like fell down here and really twisted my ankle and it was getting cold and I needed to do it, you can do it. So let's crack on here. So I've opened up the Yuko Fireball here, which again is a really awesome folding fireball which packs away nice and easily and allows for easy fire management. And within that one kind of spread around myself, reaching just within the meter range, I've got a nice pile of matchstick thin kindling here, really, really good size and bone dry, ready to catch a small flame. I've then got some stuff moving up from kind of pencil lead thickness all the way up to pencil thickness, and finger thickness, which is then going to increase that fire's burning duration and a bit more strength, and then I can chuck on the bigger stuff. And there's plenty more bits around me which I can then feed the fire. Right. Now this isn't meant to be a video on how to have a fire within a meter, so not how to have a meter big, not how to have a fire a meter by a meter, not how to have a fire constantly fed the whole night from 1 square meter space or anything like that. But it's more of a case of displaying that if I'd fell over here and twisted my ankle, the temperature was coming in, or something worse had happened, I could actually reach around myself and use what I have to hand to get a fire going. So that's what the display is, and I'll show you now just how I use a ferro rod to get a fire going, pretty much guaranteed every time. Tiny little bit of preparation, some dry materials, and you're good to go. So my tripod is spanking out. I'll get lost in it. Okie dokie. So let me put the bag in front of myself now, and then you guys can get a bit of a better view. How's that for you guys? Hopefully that's all okay. Probably a bit further this way actually. In fact, I'll bring you guys nice and close. The camera's there. It'd be nice for you guys to see exactly what I'm up to. Trying to make sure I get the fire lighting in shot for you. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys. So I've actually got the Journeyman Handcrafts wax canvas pouch that I picked up at the Bushcraft show, and inside here I've got a few goodies, my cutlery, a little trowel, some spray plasters just in case, but the most important bit of kit, which usually would be in my pocket, but as I was walking in I wanted to just keep it in my backpack, and that is my ferro rod, which is a Light My Fire one. So I've got my ferro rod here, which is an alloy of metal, creates a shower of sparks, and I have this neck knife from Field and Steel, which is the Rooster. Now the Rooster has a rounded spine, so that there isn't ideal for striking a ferro rod, but on the tip he's given a nice 90-degree edge there, so it's still rounded at on the very spine, but it's nice and sharp on that edge there. This is the Rooster. It's an EDC knife by Field and Steel. Sorry guys. That should be better. Right. So as I've said, the Field and Steel rooster has a nice top edge for creating a nice shower of sparks. The only thing obviously you do have to maintain is something holding the blade actually open, because it's a non-locking blade to be legal for the UK. I like to keep my finger behind that as I strike, so it stops the knife from folding back onto your hand. That's the only risk when you are using a folding knife with a ferro rod. So I'll keep that shut up for now. I'll keep the ferro rod to the other side, and I'm quickly just going to get my fire lighting pad off of this kit. I'll move the camera quickly for this. So in terms of tinder choice, my favourite has always been birch bark. It's very common where I am. I can collect it very easily. So that's exactly what I've got. I've got some really nice birch bark here, and I'm going to shred some of this just into some rough strips, and I'm going to keep a little tab like so. These little strips here will be more than enough to get my fire going, and I have some more to the side if I need. So with my knife, I'm just going to scrape the bark here and create a pile of dust. I'm just dragging the knife sideways along that to create that little pile. Now, in all honesty, that is more than likely enough, but as they say with fire prep, more doesn't hurt, and it's better to be over prepared. So let's keep going on this side, build up some more dust. So it only takes one gust to put it out, and if that was your only bit of bark, you could be in trouble. Or if that was your last bit of energy. So we've got that nice pile of bark dust now. I'm just going to show that to stream. Got that nice pile of birch bark dust there now, all buffed up with the knife. Just using the knife that way, scraping against it very gently. And I'm going to get these smaller bits just up in this corner in an easy to grab fashion, and quickly put some smaller sticks in the bottom of this, which just gives a and it's a bit of a platform that's flammable in itself. So we'll grab the ferro rod now, and we're all prepared, we're all ready to go. We've got my kindling here, the matchstick thin stuff like I showed you before, and to the right of the fire we got some of this bigger, thicker stuff. Just a tiny little strike down, cover that wind, utilise those bits of birch bark and move that over and get some of those to catch. Use that as a guard for the wind if you need to. Drop that over and then hold your tinder over the flames and let it kind of flicker through. And then really from there, pile it up. There's no neat fashion to do that. There's different methods of stacking or laying a fire, but really it's about getting that material on there nice and lightly and making sure that there's enough airflow. So now that we've got that, we can put our little bits away, ferro rod back in the pouch. Wait, where's the camera lens? So, forget that shot. Joy, good show. Thank you, sir. Camera's falling asleep. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I love that. They say, how the devil are you? I have a bacon and egg or full English before battle. Definitely full English. Definitely full English. Right, so if you give me 1 second, guys. Is it filming? Yeah. So now that I've got all of that smaller tinder, or kindling burning rather, so now that I've got more of that, oh my god. So now I've got all of that kindling burning, I can actually put on the slightly thicker little bits here. You can see how much easier it is when you're prepared. That smaller stuff is burning for a good amount of time, and it's given a good bed of heat already, so I can get these thicker bits on top. And with a fireball like this, there's not much room, so you don't want to overload in it so things are spilling off the edge. And that there is a very quick, easy to get fire, sourced from a meter around myself. No need to go off and collect loads and loads of different materials for your fire. So yeah, just keep it simple. I think it's one of the big takeaways from today's video. I hope people bring, and maybe go out and practice it. Do a little 1 meter fire, maybe even drop me a tag or something. Be awesome to see what stuff you manage to achieve from a quick little spread and what's around you. Right. Torch every bridge. I did it. You can tell I'm bloody at work. I love it, buddy. Thank you so much for coming over and joining over on Twitch. That's massively appreciated. Massively appreciated. Oh. Really appreciate that, honestly, thank you. I'm sorry my phone was turned down so I didn't hear the music alert. Yeah, just having a little relax now from the camera on the YouTube side of things. Smells good, oak burning, really does. Let's move the camera back a little bit. How's that for you guys? Is that good? I'm an electrician, plenty of time. Perfect, I love it. Good trade, very good trade. Right, so I'm just going to film my little bit about cooking up this steak.
people in the Private Boys School still speak like that when in the rap.
Some people in the Private Boys School still speak like that when in the rap. I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine. So nice little fire today. Gonna cook up some steak. I'm just gonna get a bit of B-roll footage quickly. Looks excellent. As we put the ferro rod and knife down that I used for a nice little shot as well. Perfect. So I think now it's time to film a tiny little bit of B-roll of the knife. There's the old wind whipping up. That's why it's important to clear an area around your fire as well, so the wind can knacker it. All your efforts of being safe can be screwed over by the weather. Right, so let's talk about this Field and Steel knife quickly. So here we have, guys, the Field and Steel Rooster. It's an EDC folding friction folder by Field and Steel, and it's a lovely, lovely knife. I'm testing it at the moment, and it's Sheffield stainless steel, SF1 I believe it is, and it is just lovely. That rock pattern finish in OD green, and it's a lovely micarta, really is lovely, really good weight and a lovely action on that. It opens up beautifully. It's got a 3-inch blade and a micro bevel on it, so very, very happy with it. It's going to be really good and durable, perfect for cooking, perfect for my live streams, and it just gives me confidence when I'm out that I've got something legal, especially when I am streaming. It has a rounded spine like I said before, but the tip there is perfect for a ferro rod, giving it a bit of a sharper 90-degree angle. So we'll do a few practice cuts with this. I'll be using this for my steak as well, and I just wanted to show you guys something that's coming out very soon from Field and Steel, and one to keep your eye on, especially if you're over here in the UK. Thank you for bearing with me, guys, while I did that. Just trying to get a little bit of footage for my YouTube video that I'm filming currently. Doing a little bit of a behind the scenes here on Primal Nomad Bushcraft. Usually I film these videos when I'm not live streaming, but it seems to be sensible to bring you guys along. It's a kind of double adventure for you, because you get to see the final finished piece, and you also get to see it in the works and get to see all behind the scenes stuff that I get up to, so a few little extras as well, which is nice. I have some sausages, pork and leek with black pepper today, with soft bats and barbecue sauce, honey today. Lovely, buddy. When will this episode be out? Could be Jim. So this episode will be out in probably the weekend. I'll probably try and get this done over the weekend, so maybe release it on Monday or Sunday. But yeah, I don't want to leave it too long. It'd be nice to just get the ball rolling with it.
Afternoon, fellow nature, awesome folks, smiley face.
William, afternoon Liam, afternoon fellow nature, awesome folks. Hello, and I hope you're really well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm filming an episode today, so yeah, I thought I'd bring you along for the ride, have a little campfire, a nice bit of a chill, and just have an interactive session. So yeah, thank you so much guys for tuning in. Hey, Cornwall, UK. Thank you so much for following. I massively appreciate it, dude. And welcome on in. I've just been building a fire, doing something that I call the 1 meter fire. So collecting all of my fire material from a 1 meter space. It helps you not only get something going in an emergency, but also help you pick a better spot when you're out and about and you know you're only out for a quick one.
Cornwall here also.
Hello Cornwall, my man. Massive appreciation to you, dude. Honestly, I dip my hat to you guys for following and coming on over. Thank you so much for following and for joining, coming along over on Twitch. I massively appreciate it. Twitch is a fantastic platform for viewers to enjoy the stream on. There's loads of emotes. If you guys have got Amazon Prime as well, you can use Amazon Prime to subscribe to my channel for free. So now you guys have followed, the button will have changed from follow to subscribe. Normally that costs money and it just helps support the channel, so don't worry about that. But the Prime bit, basically there's a little toggle button, I believe, on that page, and if you've got Amazon Prime you can link it to your Twitch account and subscribe for free. You renew it every month, and you basically get advert-free viewing on Twitch. So yeah, a little cool bonus. But yeah, thank you so much guys for coming on over. I really do appreciate it. It's actually getting nice and busy here on Twitch, which is perfect. So I'm just going to quickly change my camera battery because the one that was in there was only half charged.
I'm off to Cornwall on Saturday. Spring clearing for a damp week.
Well, hey, old Irishman.
I'm watching.
Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate that. Massive appreciation. Again, I'll dip my hat to you, my man. Thank you so much. You absolute legend. Martin Foy, hey up Liam, I'm watching. Thank you so much, Martin. Massively appreciate it, dude. That's a nice busy one today. Really nice. So I'm just getting a tiny little bit of B-roll of this knife. Quickly. Nice. And a tiny little bit of the fire. And then we're going to get the fire nice and down to embers so I can cook this steak. I'm off to Cornwall on Saturday. Think we're in for a damp week. Oh dear, buddy. Yes, it does look really wet, doesn't it? I mean, this summer has just been a complete washout. But not to worry. We all make the most of it, don't we, being bushcrafters? So we've just got to get out there and enjoy it as and when we can. Get the wet weather clothing on, and just enjoy yourself. Whereabouts in Cornwall are you going? Anywhere particular? Anything that you're excited to go see, my man?
What camera is that?
Eddie Bratley, what camera is that? This is the ZV-E10. It's a right mouthful. The Sony ZV-E10. It's a fantastic option. I really do recommend it for vlogging or YouTube work or videography or photography. It's a really good all-rounder, really nice and light. It's mirrorless, which makes it nice and compact, and yeah, just really nice, good sharp focus. It's quick as well, and like I said, the kit lens with it is fantastic and really viable. On the south coast down to Fowey, Polruan. Polruan, where is that? Rings a bell. Normally I watch someone from my recommended channels list, but today I had a browse in the IRL section and found you. That's massively appreciated. Thank you so much, Cornwall, UK. I really do appreciate it. I'm pretty new to Twitch. I've only been streaming here for about a month or two now, I think 2 months, and yeah, just trying to build a little community of the IRL in the IRL space for bushcraft. I do game occasionally, So I've done a few gaming streams this week because I've had some extra time actually, so that's been nice. But generally speaking, I'm out here either filming YouTube videos or I'm live streaming these kind of little camps and cook-ups, sharing some tips and interactive kind of moments with you guys. I just want to build a bit of a community and a space where people can come ask questions, and also I can learn on camera as well. I'm not an expert, I don't claim to be, but I've been doing bushcraft more time than I haven't now in my life, a hell of a lot longer actually. So yeah, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, and it's nice to be able to share that with you guys, and like I said, be able to learn as well. So many times when I come out I learn something new, so to be able to just chuck that on the camera and the backpack and bring you guys along is really nice. It's lashing down in Cornwall. Oh no. That is typical. Right, so the Field and Steel knife is the EDC knife that I'm using today. Again, it's the Rooster by Field and Steel. I'll bring it closer to you guys in case any of you haven't seen it. It's a UK legal friction folder, so it's non-locking, under 3 inches. It's just on 3 inches, and yeah, really useful tool. I've got some steak with me that I'm going to crack on a grill now as well, so take the grill out of the backpack and the steak, and the salt and pepper in the steak as well, in the steak bag. That'll be a funny bite, isn't it?
I'm into a bit of bushcraft myself. That's it. I was just about to ask how you sharpen your knives and you get one out long.
I'm into a bit of bushcraft myself. It's weird. I was just about to ask you how you sharpen your knives and you get one out. There we are, buddy. Great minds think alike indeed. So how do I sharpen my knives? I normally use whetstones. Although I've been using, and this isn't a sales pitch by the way, this is just screaming the qualities of AEBL or stainless steel as a knife material. There's a storm with thunder and lightning coming this way soon. Yeah, I think we're in for a bit of bad weather here as well. But yeah, going on to knife sharpening, whetstones, I will use Japanese water stones to sharpen my stones, to sharpen my knife. And it's again a case of just getting that angle correctly. So there's a really good tip which Ben Orford shared with me, which is getting a black Sharpie and colouring in the bevel of the knife, the bit that you sharpen, and then when you're sharpening you can see what bits you're missing on and where you need to focus. Obviously you sharpen that black off, so you can just do it when you start, keep going, and then just monitor where the blade is getting sharpened and not, and that will normally correspond to your dull spots and help improve that sharpening technique. But yeah, once you've got a sharp knife as well, straight off the bat, if you're using it correctly and not getting loads of dinks and nicks into it, there's not really a great need to sharpen. So once you get it sharp, just strop it, keep stropping it. A bit of compound on a strop will help hone that edge down and get rid of those burrs, which can often be the cause of a knife blunting quickly. It's that burr folds over and then it takes the edge off. So stropping is really good technique, and maybe I'll do a little live stream of some like tool maintenance, and where I can sit down and we'll just sharpen for a few hours and do a little bit of stuff like that. That could be quite cool. So thank you, Cornwall UK. That's a really good question and suggestion as well. So, steaky. I'll just film that for my episode as well. So I've got steak today to cook on the fire. I'm not going to do it caveman steak, but I have got this metal grill. They're in plastic bags just so I can pack away all my rubbish nicely once I'm done with this and put the grill back in without messing up my backpack. So my knees are going to be my tripod. So I have with me as well 4 tent pegs which can go around this fire pit here and then hold up the grill. So I'm going to construct that now and then we can get cooking with this steak. Prepper in the woods, good to see you my man. Thank you so much for tuning in over there on YouTube Live. Really appreciate it, and I hope you are doing well. So let's get that into the ground.
Others, I just can't get a stone sharpening right. Been practicing for years, even using the Sharpie pen method.
So you've got 7 knife sharpeners, some better than others, just can't get the stone sharpening right. Been practicing for years, even the Sharpie pen method. Yeah, it can be a right bugger sharpening, honestly, and don't feel like you're any lesser of a bushcrafter for not being able to sharpen or struggling sharpening. I struggle with some blades, they're just nightmares. There is a system that I was contacted about by the creator, and they do like a sharpening wedge system. I haven't yet tested it out, but that might be something that could prove useful to some people like yourself and even me. And that's little tapered wedges that you put under the blade, and that will help you get the perfect sharpen. So there is that option. I'll have a little look into that and maybe do a video if I think it's viable, but it's just practice makes perfect. I think one of the biggest things is not too much, you don't have to put too much pressure. So hold the knife flat. Let me bring a knife over to you and I'll try to demonstrate. So obviously if you've got your sharpening stone like so, hope you can see, when your knife, hold it flat. On a Scandi grind it'll be easier, but you want to just obviously try and lift and match that angle. And I always look behind to see when the light is the least prominent, and that's really just trying to maintain that angle and bringing the tip across. It's very hard to demonstrate obviously without a stone right in front of me, but like I said, I will try and do a few shorts and a few videos for you, and yeah, maybe even a live stream on some sharpening tips and tricks. If I can get Back Garden Bushcraft to come along as well, that would be fantastic, because he's a sharpening genius. So let me move that camera up slightly. Sorry guys, feel free to tell me if my camera or if I'm out of shot and stuff like that. I don't have a screen to monitor really, so hopefully that is okay and viable. Let me know if I need to change.
Have you got a link to your
Got a link to my YouTube channel. I don't think I do actually, but 1 second. I will put it in here. There we are, my man. I just put it in chat for you. So that's over to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you'll find quite a few things on there that you'll enjoy. And also, again, thank you so much for tuning in today. It really is appreciated. It's nice to have some new faces along to the stream. And hopefully we can build a bit of a community. So if you know any other people who are into bushcraft, by all means, feel free to share the stream with them and let them know that this is an actual viable thing. I'm probably not the best at it all, but you have to try. I've probably got more systems than you. I will definitely try and get some sharpening bits up. That would be awesome. I'm just going to build this fire up a tiny little bit with a few little sticks. Again, I'm only just outside this meter range, and I'm just being a little bit more selective right now. But this bit's just everywhere. So I've put these 4 pegs around the fire pit here so that I can suspend a grill straight over this bowl and cook my steak straight onto there. I've got it in a bag so I can clear away my mess and pack the grill away when it's dirty. So it looks like I just need to alter the position 2 of these pegs, put them at a slight diagonal just to suspend that grill, and then level them out. And there we are, got a nice cooking platform. So once this material's gone up to flame, I will then let it die down a tiny bit more, which will give me a few more coals, and I can get my steak on there, which I'm going to very shortly season with some salt and pepper. If you want yourself in the center view, just move the camera a tad to my right. Okay, thank you very much. Pepper in the Woods. Thanks, I'll have a look later. I really do appreciate that, Cornwall, UK. To the right, to the right. To my right when I was there, which is that way. I think it was. Is that a bit better? It should be for you guys. Nice, there we go. Just a bit of oxygen. So like I said, I've got some smoked salt and pepper today from Upton Smokery. That place is fantastic. If I lived next door to it, I'd be a poor man. I'm already a poor man, but I'd be poorer. But yeah, some smoked salt and pepper. It's gonna be fantastic. Gonna just get a few more bits burning through this before I dedicate to filming anymore. So let's put the camera off for a second, give the batteries a chance. Let's build up a nice bed of embers here with some hardwood. Got all these oak twigs here. It's just the easiest thing about foraging, wild foraging, this kind of stuff. Hey. So, if you guys can give me 2 or 3 minutes, I am literally just going to check battery status in my bag. So I'm just going to switch you over to the BRB screen. Hello, that was quick. Batteries are all fine. I apologise about the camera angle there. Hopefully that should be a bit better. I actually just grabbed a bounty from my bag as well. Got to go, dude. Have a good one. Could be Jim. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, definitely can't wait to see you next time, my man. Whereabouts in the UK am I? I am Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire kind of area, so not far at all from London, really, kind of 45 miles-ish from London, so quite central. And yeah, it's a nice spot, really nice spot. I'm very blessed to have this woodland right on the edge of kind of where I live. Hey, knocked my grill off. That's okay, just use that little stick that I got in my hand to lift it back up. That's the beauty of little setups like this, it's quite simple. I just need to move the camera down, I realise, apologies. Right, I'm just going to quickly film getting this steak on in a second. I don't want it too flamey while I do so. It's never good to cook on flames. Really, you want embers. It just ends up scorching everything a bit too much. But we are getting there, especially on this far side. And there's some really good heat. Old Irishman, have to go. Have a good stream. See you next time. Thank you so much. I massively appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, thank you so much. First time chatter, buddy. Appreciate the follow, and I hope you enjoyed what you were here for. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. We're almost ready there. It's beautiful, beautiful little fire. It's been a really nice busy stream today, which is good. I was a bit concerned doing it during the daytime. There's going to be less people available. Yeah, it's rare that I have had really this much time off in summer. We're waiting on materials at a job at the moment, so yeah, pretty blessed to have this time to dedicate to streaming and a bit of content creation this week, which is nice. It'd be really nice if eventually, obviously, you could stream a lot more frequently and be able to get out doing different tasks and get a bit of a schedule and suggestion box going from you guys about what episodes you'd want to see or little skills that we could practice. We're almost there in terms of flame. I think that's probably about good there. So I'm going to chuck the steak on now that the flames have died down, and we've just got basically a bed of embers, and then I'm going to season the other side, so straight out of the bag onto the grill. Makes it easy and less washing up to do. And I've got some smoked salt and pepper in this little foil wrap here. And I'll just season the top of that with it, and when I flip it, do so on the reverse. Campfire cooking should be really simple, really nice and easy. And although this is hardwood and I could have definitely done a caveman steak, this ensures that that seasoning stays on there, which of course with the caveman steak, seasoning's not really needed anyway. Nice. So let that cook up for a tiny little bit. Definitely a good amount of heat coming through, and it isn't going to take ages because it is a quite flat iron thin steak. Just having steak today, although like I said, I've got a cheeky little bit of a bounty. Sammy Savage, thank you so much. Sorry I didn't hear the alert there because I was filming for my YouTube video here, so thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. And hello, I hope you enjoy. My name's Primal Nomad Bushcraft, or Liam from Primal Nomad Bushcraft. I do a lot of bushcraft YouTubing and now more recently IRL streaming. So I really do hope you enjoy your time here. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask down in the chat box. I'll do my best to answer, give you any tips or advice for bushcrafting, and anything else. I do some gaming streams as well, and chatting stuff, so there's plenty to join in with as and when my schedule allows. But no, really really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. And apologies that I didn't hear the alert just then.
No worries at all.
Ooh, my signal just dropped out there for a second, so I do apologise. I hope that didn't interfere with it too much. So I'm actually just filming, I've been filming a video today about simple fire lighting, so just staying exactly where I am and collecting all the materials I can for a fire. So yeah, just trying to capture that on camera and really share that little bit of information with people and bring you guys along for the journey and just have a little bit of fun. Cook up a little bit of steak out in the woods, there's nothing better. So I'm going to get my tongs quickly. Got some really nice titanium tongs.
Pretty there.
It's very pretty, yeah, honestly, it's a lovely oak and hornbeam woodland. And although the fire doesn't look like much, that's because I'm trying to cook on it. I don't want loads of flames, I just want coals, basically. Oh, that is cooked perfectly on that side. I can't explain how good that looks. So I'm just going to top that off with a bit of seasoning. And we'll be able to get that down me very soon. Nice bit of salt and pepper ready to go there. We've got a bag for the grill and a bag for this rubbish straight away then. Let's actually blow that. One thing with hardwood is it ashes up extremely quickly, so that can prevent a lot of the heat coming through. So just a gentle blow over the top just takes off that white ash and allows the embers to kind of glow a little bit better. You'll probably see as I do that, tiny little flames as well because we've oxygenated it. Let's get a little zoom of that. Oh, so I apologise, there was a little bit of an ad break there that I didn't realise. I hope that doesn't interfere with anyone's stream too much. And yeah, this is looking really good. Let me bring the camera in a tiny bit closer for you guys so we can see
What part of the world are you in?
the steak right here. Is that okay for views, guys? Views? Can you see that all right? I hope so. What part of the world am I in? I am in the UK. So yeah, the United Kingdom, or Great Britain, England, whatever name you decide to call it. That is, yeah, where I am. It's all right here. I don't mind it too much. I wish I was in America or something, just so I had more access to wild spaces. So yeah, just cooking up this steak. It's a very thin kind of steak at the moment. Well, at the moment it is a very thin steak, but it's probably on the edge between rare and medium at the moment, so pretty much there. I can probably rest that off at the side. I'm just trying to cook off the bottom section just a tiny little bit longer, and I think we're basically ready to go then as well. So looking forward to getting that down me. It's always hungry work building a fire and coming up, even though it's only a small little thing. I had quite a walk in, which I'm not complaining about. It was actually really nice and relaxing. You're probably thinking the fire is nothing under there, but that is perfect for this slow grilling. I can't keep my hand there, it's so hot. So there's plenty of radiant heat coming off there to cook this. And let's do a little cut test and just see how that meat is looking on the inside. And we'll get that shot on camera with my YouTube camera over here, because at the moment I'm currently filming a video for my YouTube channel, Primal Nomad Bushcraft. If you're new here, feel free to go and check that out if you're into bushcraft. If not, I will be on Twitch as well doing all these kind of IRL streams. So it's fantastic to have you along, and I really can't stress enough how thankful I am for you all tuning in today. So the steak's about ready now, guys. I'm just gonna cut open to test. So I'll give this a little cut just to test it and see what we're up against in terms of cooking. We're about there. Perfect. Nice slight pink run through the middle, but definitely cooked all the way through. And as you can see, the rooster just glides through. It's not much weight being put on that at all, and it's a bit harder when I'm jiggling all around. But yeah, really nice little EDC knife, and one that I'm confident carrying around with me when I'm out. This looks fantastic. Right, so let me move the stream camera backwards. Cameras everywhere. I feel like a broadcasting system. The rooster indeed. Why did he call it the rooster? I'm not sure why he called it the rooster. Maybe because it's small. He must love chickens. Right. Whew. That is so good, honestly. That's cooked to perfection, and the old Upton Smokery smoked salt and pepper just gives it this really nice, good campfire kick. Obviously I've been cooking it on a campfire too, so it's kind of double smoked. Such a good flavour. Black pepper and steak is one of those little combos made in heaven. But yeah, today really is about coming out and keeping things simple, and basically, yeah, just picking your spot based on what you want to do. So I knew I had to get a fire going. I didn't want it to take ages, so I looked for somewhere where there was loads of deadfall around, and as you saw, within a meter's area I could start a fire. Again, keeping it simple with the knife. I've got a nice simple EDC folder. It's something I can be confident when I'm coming out with. I don't have the anxiety. I don't have the anxiety of bringing a fixed blade with me, and also it does everything I need it to do. It lights a fire, it cuts my meat, it will cut my wood, it will cut timber. I'll show you that very shortly. It's a very proficient tool. So yeah, just keep things simple, keep your kit nice and light, and go out and enjoy. I hope today's kind of inspired you to go out and just do things on a simple basis. So it's probably where I'll leave the video for now, just a nice short one. I'm going to dig into this steak, so you might see a few bits more B-roll as I leave, pack up and what have you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Nice. I can now dedicate my time to you, the stream. I'll probably film one little short as well, which is a little bit of advice for fire lighting. I've had a few people question me on what's the best material, what kind of order to collect fire lighting material, so I thought I'd do a little short on that as well. And yeah, I'm just going to sit here now for a little while and enjoy this steak. It's fantastic as well. Really is tasty. Any of you guys got like a favourite steak seasoning or anything when you're out here in the woods, or is it just salt and pepper, or do you eat your steak kind of as it comes? Like I said, like caveman kind of style, seasoned by the fire. There's a really nice Saskatchewan blackened rub by Traeger, and that is a fantastic rub. It does make things extremely black. It's got a bit of a kick to it, but I think it's blackened pepper, black pepper, blackened charcoal, blackened garlic and charcoal, so and some other spices, cumins, corianders, etc. Let's get this fire pumping again. So I've got some new design iterations of the back of my truck as well that I've been working on, and hoping to get back a bit of like a bill of materials today for the bottom canopy section, which I'm looking to build out of 80/20, I think it's called, T-slot aluminium. So yeah, really versatile material, and you don't have to weld anything, which is the cool thing. It's just all fixed and fastened with bolts and the such. Let's just get this fire going again. Let's get this moving. There's a nice bed of embers down there. It just, while I was cooking, slowed down a little bit, so we'll get it all rising again, get a nice little fire aesthetic. Back for the stream. There's actually a quite bristly bit of meat here.
To watch out for.
Any animals that I need to watch out for? Not particularly over here, although I did see a really big adder today. Adder is one of our only native snakes, and it's our only poisonous snake. So I did see a big one of those today, which was quite nice. But that's probably about the only dangerous animals we really have over here in the UK, which is another bonus, especially when I'm out here cooking steak. And something that's not an animal, but you have to watch out for it as well, is ticks. So in this leaf litter, more than likely, because it's an area which is inhabited by deer, the ticks, which are tiny little kind of almost like spiders, little beetle kind of creatures, they fall off into the leaf litter. They can cling onto you and then bite and pass on a disease called Lyme's disease. They're not guaranteed to pass it on, but Lyme disease is not pleasant, so you want to minimise the risk or the opportunity for them to bite you if possible. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I think ticks quite common in most parts of the world. I know over in America they have the Lone Star tick as well, which gives you alpha-gal syndrome, which makes you allergic to red meat. So yeah,
Carrying loads more now than limes, unfortunately.
that's the thing, they are carrying loads more than limes. I think even alpha-gal is over here. Ellie, you were telling me about some other bacteria that that ticks are carrying in the UK now as well. Really tasty steak. Simple cooking, definitely twins with camping. I mean, quite often I will do extravagant cooking. At the Bushcraft show, for example, Tom, Back Garden Bushcraft, myself and Ollie, and the whole gang, Paul Liddle, Icebreaker, Ollie, we all cooked up some fantastic curries and just had this incredible feast. Obviously that's a special occasion, the Bushcraft show, but you can do it whenever you're out. If you want to cook some usual meal that you cook at home, there's always the opportunity to. I tend to keep things simple when I'm out solo, but when I'm on group camps or overnighters with someone, we'll get really intricate and kind of make some really fancy bits, and that's what I love about coming out in the woods. It gives you loads of options to do that kind of thing.
A roast in the woods is the best.
A roast in the woods, yeah, that is the best. I can completely agree with you there, honey. So I'm going to put this grill back in the bag here. And I just want to get a tiny little bit of wood to do a cutting demonstration on the rooster on camera. So you guys will hear me, but you won't see me. So I'll just put you looking over that nice area there quickly. And if you give me just a second, I'm just going to do a little bit of a display on this knife on the other camera. Right. So the rooster folding knife, I just wanted to do a little display on... Can you get me some green or seasoned for carving before you head home? I don't actually have a saw, but if I see anything, I will, 100%. So I've got the rooster here. Oh, don't worry. Off camera quickly. I'm just browsing for something to cut with this rooster. I don't really want to take anything from hornbeam because it's such a slow growing tree. It seems to be all there is around. I had to go with a bit of hornbeam in the end. Right, so let's just filming this here quickly and let you guys see. So I've just harvested this tiny green branch of hornbeam. It's a slow grower, so I rarely ever do that, but I wanted to display just how nice of a clean cut this makes as a folder. Obviously we often use fixed blades as bushcrafters and can get quite attached to them, but when you're out on a walk or out live streaming, someone like myself, something like this is really versatile. It cuts really nice and cleanly, and that rounded back makes it really comfortable on the thumb. And again, being stainless steel, it just gives you that kind of peace of mind that rust isn't going to set in, and just stropping it is going to keep that knife nice and sharp. Now for finer cuts as well, and for shaving, it's perfect. It's got a really sharp tip, as you can see there. Really sharp tip. Allows you to make those kind of grooves in this wood. But can't recommend it enough. The Field and Steel Rooster, a nice little one to go on your neck as a neck knife. And talking about neck knives as well, if you're in the market for a fixed neck knife, go check out the Nacken by Feared Woods as well. Probably the counter. It's sometimes hard to display the actions of a knife without going too deep into a review, and you know, what do you say for a knife in a review apart from it's sharp, it folds nicely and it cuts? There's only a certain amount of things you can do with a folder. You can't really bat on, you can't do too much. So it's worth showing it off in the video, but it's also worth just using it and showing people that. I think the best kind of feedback and best review is just use. There we are, just put a knife through the trousers there, but it's only a tiny little cut. Matches the other section there. Just the tip of it there, I was just stropping it backwards and came forwards a bit too early. But it happens. I left out those tent pegs. And I'm just going to let this fire burn down a slight amount.
Again, I missed it all.
Do it again, you missed it all. Oh no. Paul, good to see you back, buddy. Hope you're well. I just cut a little hole in my trousers there, you can probably just see. Which is always the way, always happens. Lesson is don't strop your trousers. We all do it, we're bushcrafters. It can't be helped. Yeah, no, it always happens. Let's get a bit of video of this burning down. So yeah, have you guys been busy today? What have you guys been up to? Any of you watching over there on YouTube or Twitch, have you had a nice day? Has it been a bit hectic for you? It's nice to just come up into the woods and enjoy a little bit of time. Let's get this.
Do you stream often?
Do I stream often? Sammy Savage. I stream as often as I can, so at least once a week for the IRL stuff. Unless I'm away on a trip, and then generally speaking, I'm going to be trying to IRL stream any trips that I do, like holidays, so that would be really good. But yeah, definitely IRL stream at least once a week. I'll try and get in one or two kind of just chatting or gaming streams. But then on weeks like this, where I've been quite free, I often stream as often as I can.
Sat in traffic watching you now.
Sat in traffic watching me now. Oh, thank you so much, buddy. You be careful. I hope traffic's not too bad. I hope you have a safe journey as well.
Working but got Friday Monday off as it's my birthday on Sunday.
Working but got Friday and Monday off as it's my birthday on Sunday. Hey, massive congratulations, dude. It's one of my good friends
in summer court.
and the moderator, Saint Wolf. It's his birthday today. I don't think he's online at the moment, for good reason. But yeah, so I'll be trying to pop in and see him a bit later, just for a quick little catch up and a happy birthday. But I want to get this fire cooking back up now. Temp lights in summer court. Yeah, it's the temperature light is never good. I remember seeing that in my Navara one time, and just before the head gasket went, which was absolutely gutting. But we got it fixed, and actually on my channel recently this year I put out the head gasket replacement video, so I do a lot of that stuff on YouTube as well. A lot of my truck fixes or builds. It's not a truck building vlog or anything, but anything I can include to help other people. Get that fire nice and licking up again. tell you what, it's so relaxing having a little fire out here in the woods. It just soothes the soul. It really does. A few more bits of firewood. Let's have a nice little chill. There was a really nice feed of some steak that I just had as well. Can't beat a steak cooked out on a campfire with salt and pepper. And oh yes. Probably wondering what the hell that noise was. There's my little Bluetooth speaker. So we are now connected, so you guys chatting should come through my Bluetooth speaker now, which will make it a little bit easier for me to hear. I won't miss so many. And I can actually disconnect my camera from here for a second and put you guys on the tripod, which will be a much better view. How's that for you guys? Is that a better quality? Better quality, better frame for you guys? Hopefully so. So keeping my rubbish in one bag along with my dirty cooking grill. And yeah, just have a nice little chill by the fire. Such a soothing sound as well, isn't it? The crackle of a campfire. It's really nice to just have like a bit of peace and quiet, hear the sounds of the birds. I hope it's loud enough for you guys. Hope you get a nice kind of soundscape. It's so warm as well. Like I said, it's been quite chilly over here in the UK. Unseasonably so. Especially for the middle of June. I think this time last year we had the hottest June on record, followed by the wettest July. So a right mixed bag.
Going to sit in the garden later and have a little fire in my stove.
Yes, buddy, that's the best way. Yeah, there's nothing that quite heals the soul like a little campfire. You know, technically I'm, just having it for the sake of having it now, and that's good enough for me. You can't really quantify the feeling that a fire gives you. It's like this, obviously the warmth, but it is an ancestral kind of connection. And I often think, is that because we're getting the energy off of the people who enjoyed the trees? So people walk through, obviously enjoyed seeing the trees, the good vibes go into that, and now we're burning that, it's kind of coming back out. Don't know, a little bit deep, but yeah, it's a nice little thought. It's definitely strange, because obviously you don't lose energy, you can't create matter, you can't destroy it, so the wood goes into heating us and creating ash, which then fertilises the soil, helps feed the mycelium. It's quite magic, really. Tim and I were speaking about that the other night when we went out for a little impromptu kind of evening adventure. And I think if I do that again, I'll probably turn on the live stream and see if we can bring any of you guys along. Yeah, I think my video today that I filmed should come out okay. Got loads of different bits of footage, but it's only going to be a shorter little episode about keeping fires simple. Yeah, the simplicity of getting a fire going, and picking a spot based on that. I'm hoping to do a camping video soon as well. I want to probably do like a little overnight video where I make up some probably pine tar, not resin, pine tar. So I want to do some pine tar extraction and probably do like a roast chicken, spit roast or roast chicken, and just have a nice chill up in the woods, proper kind of traditional campcraft kind of camp. And a video as well, get it out. Not only just to film a video, but I just enjoy doing those things. I mean, right now it would be literally ideal if I had a spit and a chicken and I was just every like 20 minutes, half hour just turning it. I've got all day to just chill, relax by the fire. And like this, it's just time to just switch off. My body is always on the go. As I'm sure a lot of you guys are. So yeah, definitely take the opportunity, and I hope this has given you guys a little bit of a vibe and a little bit of relaxation. Like I said, kind of vicariously through this channel. Gives you a little bit of the sounds of nature. Probably the only thing you don't get is the smell. Good. In fact, I want to film a quick little bit about my brand across boots.
Do you have a job other than streaming and YT, etc.?
I do have a job, Cornwall, UK. Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, yeah, that's why it's a little bit impromptu when I come out and stream. Most of and juggling being self-employed, I managed to do my YouTube and streaming stuff. So the YouTube and streaming definitely isn't big enough at the moment to like support me doing it full time. It would be fantastic if I could, and I often think of the kind of amazing opportunity that would be. It would definitely be very, very busy. But yeah, it'd be really nice to progress to that stage. But no, I really do enjoy doing the work that I do, and yeah, that's why it's nice when I come out to just try and switch off and really enjoy my time out here. Because as well, it's nice to not have it as work. But I have put a lot of time and commitment into the channel, years and years of content.
Your stream was down there for a second. We didn't get much of your answer.
I'm sorry about that. So I was just saying, I have a full-time, well, part-time, full-time, it depends really. I'm self-employed, so it really comes and goes in bits and spurts, and often everyone wants things doing at the same time. So I get these really hectic, busy periods, and then these kind of quiet lulls, and that's when I tend to come out and do a lot more content creation. Generally speaking, I stream at least once a week doing the IRL stuff, mainly on Sundays, but any opportunity or days off that I do have, I try to either do like a gaming stream or a stream like this, or come out and film a video, or just catch up on general life really, to be honest. It's always busy. So no, I don't have this as a full-time job, full-time kind of income or anything like that. It would be fantastic to grow it to that, but no, just trying to do it in between my spare time at the moment, and yeah, just keep the bills being paid. As hard as that is at the moment, money doesn't seem to go very far. So yeah, just trying to grow Primal Nomad. I've been doing it for about 5 or 6, maybe 7 years now, and I've just been going organically with it. I am so thankful to everyone who's on right now. It's actually really nice to just commit that time to people who are actually want to watch and want to learn and want to talk and come along. I'd rather that than there'd be like 1,000 people who I'm like scrambling to try and get between. So as nice as it is to be busy and famous when you're streaming or anything like that, or would be, it's actually really nice to have it intimate, and it means a lot more when I can have a bit of a direct connection with the viewers as well. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It really does mean a lot, and I do appreciate it. But yeah, maybe one day it will become a full-time job. It's definitely taking up a lot of my time, more so than it used to, so that's always a bonus. As it grows, it just it does financially cost a hell of a lot, especially to keep the stream going. I've got about probably £40–50 a month on kind of data and servers and all that kind of stuff to keep it running, which is fine. I really thoroughly enjoy it, and when you want to build something, you got to put some stuff into it, haven't you? So yeah, you got to invest. No, thank you for the question there, Cornwall, UK. And honestly, it's fantastic seeing you over here today on the stream. It's really nice to see new faces, see new names over there in chat, and just yeah, I hope you managed to find something of value out of the stream. And like I said, if you've got any other mates or friends who are into bushcraft, it would do me a great service if you could just share the stream. Really, that's all I ever ask of people, if they can share and let the community know that something like this actually exists, because I think a lot of it is getting it out there to people. So I'm going to let these bits burn down now, and then we'll discard of the fire and probably start packing out, because I will get back to get this video all kind of edited up together, and just not sure if that was a muntjac or a dog. I think it was a dog. Quite a distinctive bark.
Thanks for the answer. I usually have a stream on. I'm not always sat watching, so I don't always hear what is said or chat much.
No, that's fine. You're very much like myself in that case. I'm a big lurker. That's definitely a muntjac. Muntjac bark is super distinctive. The Reeves muntjac. I did a short reel on that today, actually, funnily enough, on my Instagram. But yeah, the wind is blowing towards me, which is great. I'm downwind, as you can see, the smoke's going off that way. So his suborbital glands aren't going to be catching me. They have huge glands under their eyes that catch in all that scent. But he's definitely barking because he heard me. It's either that or he smelled quite close, yeah, 100%. It's either that or he smelt the fire, because obviously the smoke's whipping around a little bit more. That smell does carry. Just beyond the oak trees to my right. He's getting a bit further away now, so he's definitely clocked the rough kind of location where I am. Nice, I just wanted to get a tiny little bit of footage of that for the episode. Muntjac are a lovely animal, albeit invasive. You know, we can't complain too much. It's nice to have a little bit of nature around you, isn't it? Nice bit of B-roll of the rooster there. I'm enjoying testing it, and when I say testing it, I purchased it early. I was so keen on getting a knife that would be suitable for my EDC purposes, and like I said, being on stream, I actually said to Steve, look, if you got one that you want testing, I'll buy it off you. So I'm still paying the price as it would be by anyone else, but I just get my hands on it a little bit early. So he very kindly decided to do that, and yeah, I'm really happy to be using it. In fact, I might say that little story on camera because I think that's quite a nice little detail to add. So excuse me just 1 second. So when I noticed that Steve from Field and Steel, Steve Armstrong, was making this EDC knife, he also had got the Jackrabbit, which is a Scandi version of this. That's an established knife model that he's had for quite some years now. But when I noticed he was doing this out of a stainless and it had that lovely pattern as well, I kind of said, well look, I'll test out the new rooster. So I said, if you've got one, you know, before the pre-orders are meant to come out, that you want someone to test, let me run it through, you know, it'd be perfect. So basically I bought this off him early. The pre-orders are coming very soon, and yeah, I'm just blown away with it. Really do love it. I wanted something for my EDC kind of loadout, and to be able to go out into the woods without that kind of fear of if I get stopped, I have a fixed blade knife on me. So definitely while I'm live, this is always going to be part of my kit. Really enjoying using it, and I'll keep you guys updated. If you want to see it in action, come and join me live. Don't know if I'll use any of that. It's always better to have little bits of clips like that. If ever any of you guys want to get into YouTube and stuff, just make sure you get as much footage as you can. The more the better. Like even that kind of like B-roll of little bits and pieces. Definitely scared that muntjac off when I started talking. So I was going to film a few shorts today as well, but I'm not going to do that because it's just going to be a bit complicated and a bit of a palaver doing all of that while I'm on stream. I'll focus a bit of time when I'm off stream to do that, and it keeps it a bit more sensible for you guys. So I'm going to pack this up, but I'm not going anywhere just right away. But we are going to take a walk out through the woodland and yeah, see what we can find along the way. Tip that out. We'll put this out. I'll put that out on stream, not on stream, on camera.
Keep got a few Leatherman and Gerber multi-tools around. Always have one in the car and sometimes one in my pocket. Always one not too far away from me.
Yes, that's the best. Leathermans are fantastic. Really, really good bits of kit. Right, let's just get my get the fire put out. So again, main reason I carry lots of water with me is to do this, to make sure I can put my fire out. Most important bit of any trip. Is there a certain Leatherman that's your favourite model as well, Cornwall UK? I'm not too up to scratch with all their kind of different models and stuff, but I know they've got some incredibly fantastic tools. I just love the fact they got pliers you can lift up metal pots with and all that kind of stuff. Do net making, fishing with it. Really are versatile bits of kit. And one for the toolkit if you like doing more survival stuff. In fact, where is it? In fact, where's that cable? There. So yeah, in fact, I was going to be doing Alone UK. So I was picked to go onto Alone, did all the interviews, tests, went through them all, and they were like, literally, we want to get you to Canada. And I didn't get vaccinated, so I wasn't allowed to go. So yeah, that's really the main reason I wasn't on Alone UK. But yeah, I'm not going to go into all of that palaver and nonsense about vaccinations and what have you, but I just didn't agree with it. I couldn't have gone and survived with 10 tools with the knowledge that I'd just done something that I was kind of against. It just wouldn't have put my head in a very good place. So yeah, a Leatherman was going to be on my tool list for Alone, basically. It was really torn between using a fixed blade or a Leatherman, and I really think I would have used a Leatherman because it had the pliers and all of that kind of stuff. You basically got loads of tools in your one tool option. So yeah, very, very good bits of kit.
Just tore the one out of my gilet pocket and no model number, just has Portland on it. They must use them in the Navy because my brother gave me this one.
Oh, that's awesome. Just has Portland on it. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's the design name, the Portland or something. I know quite often they have funky names. That's amazing, your brother's in the Navy. Good man. We've got quite a few people in the community who've been in the forces. Let's just get a tiny little video. Sometimes it's nice to just have a tiny little bit of footage to give reference of what's going on in my video. I tend not to want to stage anything, you know, so I have to try and keep things as real as possible. But sometimes you got to make a scene or recreate a scene if you forget or you haven't had the opportunity to film anything. But generally speaking, we like to keep things as organic as possible.
Two brothers in the Navy, but both retired now. I'm 50 and they're both my older brothers.
That's amazing. Two brothers in the Navy. Wow. I bet they got some really amazing stories and got to see some incredible places. That is one of the benefits of the job, I guess, isn't it? When you're out off in the forces, you get shipped all over the place. Which isn't a bad thing as well, 100%. I think the idea of a national service is a fairly good idea if the country can behave themselves, that is. So that is all I will say on that palaver. Because it's quite often that, you know, I think everyone would fight for their country if their country fought for them. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that's always the case. So we'll take a little stroll out now, and I'll probably try and walk with you guys through the woodland. So I'll put you guys on my shoulder rather than on the tripod. Let's swap you over to here. Excuse the...
I tried the Marines 30 years ago, but I didn't last long. Was doing it for the wrong reason.
Oh, the Marines, yeah, that's tough going. And I guess, like you say, unless it's really your jam, there's probably a bit of a brutal indoctrination to the services. Maybe the infantry might have been a bit more of a easygoing ride, but then probably less what the Marines offered, you know, that appeal, I guess, of the Marines. I know exactly what you mean. Very hard men, though. Very, very hard men. Hello. Look at that. So let me plonk this to there and take a little adventure on out. So I'm going to have some stream redeems coming very soon to the stream. Obviously I've got channel point redeems at the moment, but it would be nice to get a few sound ones that you guys can have a little play around with while I'm doing this. I'm wearing the Capriola boots today by Brandicross. They're a really nice lightweight summer boot. Let's take a little venture. So many spots through here. Definitely a bit wet and boggy. But a bit of bushwhacking doesn't go too far amiss. I think it's nice for you guys to see a little bit of the untrodden path. Loads of pendulous sedge here as well. It's all green at the moment, but very good food later on. Good seeds to collect. And also you can make little reed candles from this kind of sedge as well, which I will be doing a little short video series on. It's where we get the saying burning the daylight hour, or burning the daylight candle, or whatever the saying is. Can't remember the saying now. So there's a game in here of just battling between not slipping down into these deep ruts full of water and not getting tangled in brambles on the other side. But quite fun. I enjoy this kind of traversing through, kind of making your own paths. Although I am definitely following some kind of trail, some small
Burning
mammal.
the candle at both ends.
Burning the candle at both ends, that is exactly it. Yes. But yeah, basically lace makers used to work with a sedge candle, so sedge like this, they'd hollow it out and inside, or they'd peel the material off and inside there's that foamy kind of pith. So you can peel off half of the reed, soak it in fat and then peel off the other side when it's solidified, and the pith actually acts like a little candle, and they used to stick those in and work and make lace under that. So it would have been bloody dark.
I was doing that when I was doing bat surveys.
When you're doing bat surveys, that's awesome. Bat surveying's mega cool. I bet it's interesting getting the permission to kind of get up close to them. That's awesome. We've got quite a lot of bats around here. I think they're the pimpers. Someone running through there. There it is, muntjac. There's also something tiny down here. Where are you? You see it, guys? It's right in front of me. What are you? Maybe a little mouse or something?
It was for a company that offered it as a service, for building companies and people renovating properties, etc.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So I guess you kind of then rehomed the bats, because yeah, they're often very very protected. But yeah, no, rehoming and moving the pipistrelle, that's the one. Thank you. Pipistrelle bat. Yeah, loads of those around here. I did a guided bat walk quite a number of years ago, but it always has stuck back through my mind. Thank you very much. So we've got an advert going on Twitch. I do apologise for that. So I'll just hold back for the advert. Let's have a little butcher's. Absolute abomination here. Lovely spot of birch through here. We're coming to my normal kind of streaming location here. So we've gone from really lovely hardwood forest into this mix of pine and birch.
If they're we didn't exactly rehome them directly, we just had the roof taken off and waited for them to rehome themselves.
Right,
I've
okay.
heard a few people saying that this year's show has got too big. What are your thoughts, bro?
The bushcraft show, you mean? I could probably agree with that. I mean, I think what they've got to do, what's key for the bushcraft show, is entertainment options, and then also, yeah, just get a bit more of a cohesive kind of flow to the feel, to the festival. Sorry, I just had a fly go down my throat. Excuse me for 1 second. So yeah, it's always a hard one because I guess it's just going to keep growing. So it's not, you can't really stop it growing. But maybe they've got to look at different venues or different woodland. That's really interesting as well, Cornwall, UK, that you used to let them rehome themselves. Maybe that's what I ought to do with this hornet nest that I have at home. Just take the roof of the bird box off that it's living in and let it vacate itself, because as soon as there's not a roof there, I presume it's probably going to be like, well, sod that. I just feel a little bit bad ruining a hornet's nest after all that work.
I love the show so much.
I know your thoughts, love the show so much. Yeah, mate, I love it as well. And we can always
that woodland was
moan
this year, though.
until it's gone. But yeah, it was definitely sketchy. They need to do some proper management in there. I think the problem is a lot of places, excuse me, a lot of places leave the woods as these uber wild spaces, which, sorry, that fly that went down my throat, tickled. Yeah, it's like woods and woodlands and all these mad wild spaces, and I'm up for it. Look, of course I'll go and use them, but there does come a kind of a point where you've got to step in and say, well, we are custodians of this land, so we've got to kind of manage it and look after it. Same comes to deer management. Same comes to any kind of pest, be it a plant or animal or mammal or bird or whatever. Kind of like where we are with the kites now. The kites are pushing the buzzards out of places because we've overprotected the kite. So yeah, you can't do anything with nature without it having a knock-on effect. So it's good to be helping it. There does come a point where you have to step in and say, right, this does need managing, because it is within a kind of a smaller constraint than it was naturally. So it doesn't have all that time or space to expand animals can't reach their natural range. You know, there's land borders now, they're kind of constrained to certain woodlands. But yeah, I think that's probably the case over at the show, that they have got all the pheasant shooting, so they're more interested in rearing their birds in the woodland and kind of really managing the woodland, which I see all too often. And I think, funnily enough, the shooting industry over in the UK is sowing the seed of its own destruction, especially with all the pheasant shooting and like driven bird shooting. I just think it's a bit overkill. There's a lot better fowl opportunities, like
I've got to pick
out
my
on the
girls
wash.
up from school. We'll leave the stream on and catch you again.
Cornwall UK, massively appreciate it, honestly. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Like I said, really nice to see a new face, and I hope you enjoy whatever you managed to hear. Hope the girls had a good day at school, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciated. You're probably not too far away from me anywhere. I'm like leaving, probably about, well, probably fairly shortly. Doing these sandy hills at the moment. It's slippy. Take a little wander on through here. Ooh. Let's just see who is online that I might be able to raid afterwards. We could do Captain Falcor. Any recommendations, guys, on anyone to... Almost broke my ankle then. Tripped over that root, actually ripped it out of the ground. Cool. Deadly. Cool, that's a big old sprain. The woodland's so thick now. To be honest, I remember when they cut all of this down, there was absolute devastation. So it's nice to see it returning quickly. Although pretty unmanaged. So I wonder what their plans for that will be in the future. BMI all okay? I am indeed. Is that a deer? Squirrel. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Tripped over and just caught my foot. Twisted it quite a bit, but it's actually not too painful, so I think these boots have good support in them, which is nice. Lovely sounds out here in the woods. Massively appreciate all of you guys tuning in, especially over there on YouTube, and you guys over on Twitch. Remember, if you are on YouTube and you would like to get a little bit more interactive, or come over to Twitch, you can pop over to Primal Nomad Bushcraft. It's free of charge. If you've got Amazon Prime, you actually get a subscription to the channel, which is a nice little bonus. Means you get advert-free viewing. We've had a few today come over and join onto the old Twitch, so massively appreciate it. It's nice to see it growing and building a bit of a community. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a hike back through the woodland. If there's any more questions that you guys want to ask, or if you just want to enjoy the peace and quiet of the walk, I will just let it sink in with that. And we'll have a little look at who we can have a little raid on. Let's get a little raid going. My phone's almost dead, so I want to get that done before it dies. We'll go live in the forge. There's someone forging some blacksmithing. I think that sounds perfect. So yeah, I am going to, oh, my phone's about to die. My phone has died, so you're going to raid, guys, without me, which is awesome. My phone's dead, so luckily I just clicked on the raid feature. So I hope that all works. I guess I'll just keep walking out until that's done. I do back in my backpack, so I'll plug that in. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic time. I hope you had a really good stream, and thank you for tuning in.